I will tell you, and I wasn't even going to do it at this point, I will tell you that I had a lot of concerns, and I really did talk to most of the county board about, I think I probably talked to all the county board about this. When something is being given out to the public about this county board, I take it extremely, very sincerely serious. This board has always worked together. We have always worked for the good of the public. We have not got, I've always been proud to say, you can't tell a Democrat from a Republican on this board because we always support what is best for this county. I will tell you that I had some concerns on some of the campaign literature that did go out, and I talked to everybody about it. I will tell you that an investigation was done by the state's attorney's office, and I did receive in writing from Mike Waller's office, because I requested it in writing, that this be looked at, because if there was anything being done by any of the board members on this county board that was working or lobbying or trying to give any residents of this county a lower assessment or a lower tax or anything that smacked of impropriety, I wanted it looked at and I wanted it taken care of. I don't care if, excuse me, Angelo, I will let you know that I did receive from Mike Waller last week, and I'm doing this publicly for a reason, because the campaign literature was put out publicly. I want this good county of Lake, I want these residents to know the investigation was done by the state's attorney's office. Absolutely nothing was found. No sweetheart deals, no property tax cuts, nothing on behalf of any sitting or county board member that has ever been on this board in recent years has been found. So I did ask for an investigation, because if there was something going on, I wanted to know about it, because it was thrown in my lap. And I wanted to make sure that there was nothing that could blacken the board. So I want you to know the investigation is done. I have a letter here from Mike Waller saying that absolutely nothing was found, and that he said actually no factual information or evidence to substantiate their allegations. So that issue is put to bed as far as I'm concerned. Angelo.
Madam Chairman,
yes.
I just heard you tell the previous individual that he cannot discuss any political or campaign issues, and immediately after that,
I said I was taking care of it.
You began to talk about political and
no, I'm clearing
campaign.
The good name of this county board. And it was said about you too, Angelo, all of us sitting here.
Okay, well, I mean, even if it was, during elections and campaigns, a lot of false statements are made about individuals' opponents. I don't believe that the county board meeting is the venue to discuss political and campaign issues in which you just said were inappropriate.
Right.
So therefore, we could have discussed it in committee of the whole on Friday. We could have had a special call. We could have gone into executive session.
No reason to.
Where it really would have been appropriate, but we just told the previous individual from Munderline he could not violate the rules of this board by discussing political and campaign issues, and then you come right after him and discuss political and campaign issues, and that's a violation of the rules of the board. So at one point, I would hope that everyone has to either abide by the rules of this board that this board has adopted, or we throw them all out. But we cannot use our discretion as to what issues in the board rules we want to support and which ones we want to throw out based upon the issue that we feel is close to our hearts.
Well,
so at one point,
this is public comment right now, and I really would have said it, and I did not know that Ed Sullivan was coming here for this.
But you're in the board chair.
But it was open. I am the board chair, and I will tell you, I take allegations very seriously against this board, against all of you.
We all do.
And I wanted to make it very clear that there was no wrongdoing. With the way things are going publicly right now, with public officials and people being concerned, I want the public to hear that there's nothing going on here. And I want them to know that.
But this board didn't even know, most of the board members didn't even know what you were talking about.
I disagree with you on that.
Ask
I
them.
sat with you and I
Ask
showed you everything.
I didn't say I didn't know.
I would
said
suggest
the
that most
majority
of the board members here knew
Well-
exactly what I was talking about. Bob?
We just violated the board rules.
Yeah, I have to say, Madam Chairman, I do find myself in agreement with Member Kyle that I think maybe the comments that were just made might have been better made in a press conference setting or a press release from you individually. I got to be honest with you, when you speak like this, you sort of speak solo voice with the board, and it was an issue that none of us were prepared to address today or really actually even interested in addressing in this forum.
Right.
We had conversations about it outside of the forum,
Yes, we did.
which I can understand. But I have to be honest with you, I think that by speaking to the issue as the chairman in this setting, it moves forward out of just an informational thing. So I would ask that, maybe in the future something like this comes up, we reserve those types of comments as a press release or talking to one of the reporters.
Thanks, Bob. Steve?
Madam Chair, I thank you for your comments. I think it's a legal issue, not a political one. This board was accused of wrongdoing. An investigation was conducted that indicated that no one on this board of either party had anything to do with the things that were alleged, and I thank you.
Okay. Mary?
I just want some clarification because this is my first time hearing it, and I'm sorry that it didn't get to me. I didn't know anything. We was even being investigated. I didn't even know that. And but you said that if